class today. My name is Josie, and we've got Megan here as well to kind of help give us a visual of where we're going and all that. We are going to be using some props, but we're going to get creative. So anything that you can grab from home is just fine. Maybe a pillow, maybe some books instead of blocks. We've got belts here, some rope, tie things, whatever you got, whatever you can make work is just fine. In a restorative class, it's going to be a lot different than a normal yoga class. We won't be doing any kind of chaturangas or warriors or anything like that. And the whole point is to really use props to support your body and get comfortable in these postures. You'll be holding them for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So really listen to your body. Nothing should ever cause pain or hurt. If you're starting to feel that maybe numbness or tingling in your body, you can always back out of the posture a little bit. You always can come deeper. Just really focus on listening to your body and doing what feels best for you. We'll typically start off a restorative class with a little bit of a meditation. So we're gonna grab a bolster or a pillow, whatever you've got, stick it behind you. Maybe set a blanket in the center of your mat, or you can leave your blanket off to the side. And then bringing your bolster or your pillow to your low back, you're gonna send your legs long and lower your spine all the way down. Arms are gonna rest at your sides. Close your eyes. Just taking a moment here to ground down into your space, into your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Start to fill up from your belly. Moving into your chest. Take just another sip of breath. And then a big open mouth exhale, let it all go. Another breath just like that. Start to breathe in from your belly. From your belly, move into your chest. Take just another sip of air. And a big open mouth exhale, let it go. You're going to take one more breath just like that. As you exhale, allow any troubles, trials of yesterday, today, or tomorrow to melt away from your body as you sink deeply into your mat. Keeping your eyes closed. Start to notice any sensations that you're feeling in your body. Noticing anywhere that maybe you're feeling a little extra tight or sore this morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is that you're deciding to walk through this practice with us. Take a moment here to set an intention, dedication, or purpose for your practice. Whether that be you, someone else, or something, whatever that idea is, allow it to carry you through this next hour of movement. The idea that I will offer up for you is finding this appreciation to things that we have become normalized to. We tend to normalize ourselves to all things in life, and we lose that appreciation for the seemingly simple aspects. One amazing way to think of this is how we always have water. We normalize it. We numb ourselves to its presence. It is only when we do not have it, or we have too much of it, that we truly appreciate it. The same can be said for our bodies. The place you are at now has become normal. Even if you are a high-performing athlete, it is still your normal. It is only when you are forced out of your normal experience that you truly appreciate that which you are capable of. Maybe it's through injury, or through observing the bodies of others, or simply seeing how far you've come. I invite you to take a conscious step back and observe life for what it is. Learn to appreciate that which has become normal to you. We all are kind of stuck in the same situation here. I think it's a really amazing time to kind of ground ourselves and come together. We're all experiencing the same thing, and maybe we find that appreciation just to be able to leave our homes, to go outside. The fact that we live in Colorado and we have the amazing option to get outdoors and roam the mountains and the woods, and appreciating that. Everything's closed down right now, so having something to keep you busy is really important. With each exhale, allow your body to get heavier. You'll sink a little bit deeper into your mat. We'll be here for just a minute or two longer, and then we'll start to move our bodies again. come back up into a seated posture. You're gonna cross your ankles, come over into a tabletop position. So wrists are stacked under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. You can set your pillow off to the side. We're just gonna warm up the spine a little bit. So on an inhale, your belly will drop down, your gaze and your tailbone will lift up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you'll round through your spine, tuck your chin into your chest, press your mat away from you. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, spine rounds, chin tucks. Move through this a few more times at your own pace, using your own breath. Finding any other movement here that feels good for you, maybe barrel rolls or C curves. It doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga position. Anything your body is calling for at this moment is just fine. About 2 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, return to your tabletop position with a neutral spine. Bring your big toes to kiss. Knees come to the width of your mat. Hips go back towards your heels for child's pose. Arriving in your child's pose, find a little bit of movement. Maybe roll your forehead back and forth on the mat, or kind of sit into one hip or the other. You always have the option to crawl your fingertips from the left to the right, or again, any other movement here that feels good is just fine. About 2 more deep breaths here. Your next inhale, you start to come up onto your hands. Your big toes will stay together as they start to creep up towards your sit bones, pressing out of your shoulders. Chest comes forward. Gaze maybe comes up. Then on an exhale, you'll start to sink back into that child's pose. Hips come down towards your face. Inhale, rolling up nice and slow. Chest comes forward. And the exhale, pressing all the way back. We'll take that one more time. Inhale, rolling up. And exhale, pressing back. Stay here for a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, coming back to a tabletop position. You're going to keep your hips high, stacked over your knees. From there, your toes can stay flat on the ground, or you can curl them under. It's totally up to you. And then you're going to start to crawl your hands forward. We're coming into a puppy pose. So crawling your hands forward, your chin might fall to the mat, or maybe your forehead as your chest melts down. You should feel this in your chest, your shoulders, maybe your triceps. Just 2 more breaths here. On an inhale, start to walk your hands back to your tabletop position. We're going to ground down into your left hand. Your right hand's going to come straight out right next to you on a breath in. On a breath out, right hand comes under your left, right cheek hits the mat. Threading your needle. Hips stay high, stacked over your knees. Your left hand can stay right where it's at. You can crawl your fingertips forward, find some side body extension, or maybe take a half bind. About 2 more deep breaths here. Bringing your left hand back underneath your shoulder if it's not there already. Inhale, right arm all the way to the sky. On exhale, place it down. Right hand stays grounded. Inhale, left arm straight out next to you. Then exhale, send it under your right. Left cheek hits the mat. Again, your right hand can stay where it's at. You can crawl those fingertips forward, find that side body extension, or maybe take a half bind here. Bringing your right hand back underneath your shoulder. Inhale, left arm to the sky. And exhale, place it down. From here, you're going to come onto one hip or the other. Slide your feet out in front of you. Maybe adjust your mane if you need to. We're going to come into just a seated forward fold, legs together. So toes are going to be flexed up towards the ceiling, and you have lots of different options here. If you know you're really flexible and this is somewhere that you tend to be able to get deep, you can send maybe a book or block in front of your feet so that you have something to grab for. If you want this to be more of an active stretch, you can grab a belt, a strap, anything you have reachable for. Hook it around your feet, make it more of an active stretch. Your last option will be to grab a bolster, a pillow, blankets, whatever you need. Bring it to your belly. You can always, get creative, stacking props if you need more height. Wherever you are, we're gonna be here for a few minutes, so take some time to get into it. You can always come deeper, you can always come out of it a little bit. Another really good option that Megan is doing right now is rolling up your blanket and sticking it underneath your knees. This is gonna allow that little bend in your knee. It'll get deeper into the belly of your hamstrings, and it just allows for a better stretch that way as well. Wherever you are, whatever props you might need, take an inhale, bring your arms up high, lengthen through your spine. On an exhale, melt forward, reaching for your toes or maybe your block, maybe using a strap, a belt. Make this more of an active stretch. Wherever you are here, start to melt down into your posture, into your props. The hardest part of restorative yoga is not physical practice, but the mental practice. So as we're stuck in stillness in many of these postures, it's easy to allow your mind to wander. You allow your mind to get distracted. Your job here, your only job here, is to remain present, remaining present in your body and on your mat. Each time you find your mind wandering to maybe what you're gonna eat for dinner later, or what movie you're gonna watch on Netflix, bring yourself back to your body. Bring yourself back to those sensations that you're feeling, back to your intention that you set for yourself at the beginning of this practice. And just checking in. We're about halfway there here, so if you'd like to come a little deeper, maybe remove your props, or maybe come out of it a little bit, you can. Using your breath, sending each exhale anywhere that you're feeling that discomfort. We've got about 3 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, start to slowly roll back up to a seat. From here, we're going to start to make our way all the way down onto our mat. So rolling down your spine, you're going to roll onto the right side of your body. Your right arm is going to be kind of lengthened out. Your right foot is flexed. So imagine that you're standing up on top of something. From here, you might want to grab a strap or anything that you might need. You're going to take your left leg up, hook the ball of your foot with your strap. If you have the ability, then maybe even grabbing onto a big toe or the outside edge of your foot and just setting that foot long. Keeping that flex through the right toes. Head can rest on the mat. You're active through your bicep here, trying to draw your toes towards the top of your mat. You might find yourself kind of rolling forward and back as you're balanced on your side body. That's okay. We won't be in this one for too long. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your toes a little closer. Hold there for a breath. On your exhale, release your foot down to the mat. Same thing on the other side. So you're going to roll onto your left side body. Left arm is out long. Left foot is flexed. Again, maybe grabbing onto your strap or reaching for your big toe with your peace fingers, outside, inside edge of your foot, whatever you can grab for, and extending that leg. Again, you might find yourself rolling back and forth as you try to balance on your side body. That's okay. Try to keep the focus on flexing that left foot. Imagine that you're standing up on the floor. And again, staying active through that right bicep, trying to draw your toes towards the top of your mat. Take another inhale. Exhale, draw your toes just a little closer. Hold there for a breath in. And release as you breathe out. And rolling back onto your back. Pull your knees into your chest. Give them a good squeeze. Maybe take some small circles on your lower spine in one direction. Small circles in the other direction. And from there, you're going to rock and roll a few times the full length of your spine until you feel ready to come up into a seat. From your seat, you're going to grab a blanket, a pillow, whatever you might need to sit on. Elevate your pelvis a little bit. We're going to be in a seat for a minute, so we don't want your legs or anything to go numb. From here, we're going to take eagle arms. So really ground down through your sit bones, grow tall throughout your spine, your chest, the crown of your head first. And then we're taking right arm under left. You have a couple different options here. So if you're really tight in your shoulders, right arm under left, you're just grabbing for opposite shoulders. If that feels pretty good, maybe reach for opposite or backs of your hands. If you're okay there, then maybe full eagle arms, all the way twisted, palms of the hands touch. From here, you're lifting your elbows up and away from your face. You should feel this in your left shoulder. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, start to bring your hands up. Gaze traces up the ceiling, up the wall, head falls back. On an exhale, start to draw your elbows in towards your belly. Chin comes to chest. Inhale, rolling all the way up and back. Exhale, coming all the way down and forward. One more time, inhale, up and back. Exhale, all the way down and forward. Inhale, neutral spine. Hold for your exhale. Breath in, start to unwind. Windshield wiper the arms a little bit. Great, from there we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left arm under right. Again, you can have the option for shoulders, backs of the hands, or palms to touch. Wherever you are, you're lifting your elbows up and away from your face. You should feel this in your right shoulder this time. Just taking that first cleansing breath. On your next inhale, start to roll up as your head falls back. Elbows come high. As you exhale, round forward. Draw your elbows to your belly, chin to your chest. Inhale, rolling all the way up and back. Exhale, coming down and forward. One more time. Inhale, up and back. Exhale all the way down and forward. Inhale, neutral spine. Hold for your exhale. Breath in, start to open up windshield wiper the arms. And then you're gonna switch your feet. So if you've got right foot out in front, you're gonna bring it behind, vice versa. We're gonna do another little shoulder stretch here. This is the only time that I'm gonna tell you that tingling or maybe even a little bit of pain is okay. We're gonna massage out the nerves in your shoulder, and this is one of my favorite things. Jamie showed this to me, and she's awesome if you know her. So I'm gonna start with my ear to the left side of my body on my left shoulder. From there, I'm gonna inhale my right arm high, and I'm pressing the palm of my hand away from me from wherever I'm sitting. So palm of the hand presses, elbow is pretty straight. From here, I'm gonna start to slide my palm down. Once I get about to shoulder height, I should really start to feel that kind of fiery, tingly sensation in my shoulder. Sometimes I even feel it all the way down through my arm into like the middle finger of my hand. That's okay, that's kind of what we're going for right here. So take a breath in, take a breath out. When you feel like you've had enough, you're ready to move on, start to slide that hand all the way down. When your hand reaches your mat, you're going to drop your head all the way down. Come over to the left side. So same thing here, ear is over on the right, sorry, not left. Inhale, left hand high. And then from here, you're pressing your palm out away from you. And then you'll start to slide your hand down. And again, when you get about to shoulder height, you should start to feel that sensation inside of your shoulder. And again, maybe it goes all the way through your arm into your fingers, that's okay. If you don't feel this sensation, maybe try to play with the rotation of your neck. That sometimes kind of changes it a little bit. Take a breath in and a breath out. If you feel like you're ready to move on, start to slide your hand all the way down. Rolling your head all the way back to the right and to center. From here, we're going to take a few neck rolls. So we'll start with our ear the opposite way on the left. On an inhale, start to roll back. On an exhale, you'll come right down and forward. Again, inhale, you're rolling all the way back. Exhale, coming right down and forward. You'll take one more in this direction. This time, stop anywhere where you feel a little extra bit of tension. Maybe even apply gentle pressure to your head with one hand or the other. When you're ready, once you have your 3, return to a neutral spine for just a moment. And then we'll take 3 the opposite direction, so dropping your ear over to the right. On an inhale, start to come back. On an exhale, coming left, down, and forward. Again, on an inhale, rolling back. Exhale, coming left, down, and forward. And on your 3rd circle, stopping anywhere where you're feeling that extra bit of tension. Maybe using your hand to apply that gentle pressure with one hand or the other. And when you have your 3, return to that neutral spine. Beautiful. From there, slide your bolster out from under you, or your pillow, whatever you got, send it off to the side. We're gonna find a seated, wide-legged forward fold. So, however wide you want your legs as what's comfortable for you. I'm gonna give you lots of options for here. If you get into this posture and you know that you feel knee pain, grab a blanket, grab a book, grab whatever you can reach, stick it under your knee so that you have that kind of micro bend there. That'll allow you to get a little bit deeper kind of on the inside of your thighs as well. That's an option. Another option would be to sit up on a blanket, find that slight rotation of the pelvis. And then we're coming into that forward fold, so grabbing your blanket, your bolster, your pillow, whatever you need, maybe turning things on the side, maybe stacking things to find that height that is comfortable for you. And then from here, in this posture, I like to wiggle left and right first. So we're gonna start there, rocking left and right. This will actually create a natural lubrication in your hips. It'll allow you to come just a little bit deeper when we do decide to settle into the center. Once you're feeling pretty good here with this movement, come into the center, inhale, rise up, arms come high. Then exhale, start to melt forward. Wherever you are, try to keep your toes flexed up towards the ceiling. And allow your muscles to disengage. As we start to get into these hip openers, we'll be holding them for a long period of time. Your sacral chakra lives in your hips, and that's what houses all of your emotions. So when we get into these postures, it's not weird or uncommon to have negative thoughts arise, or maybe thoughts of happiness or joy. Maybe you think about something that you haven't thought about in a long time. That's okay. As those thoughts start to arise, if it's not something that you want here in your space, not something that you want to draw energy to, with every exhale, leave it on your mat. You're about halfway in this one. If you'd like to come a little deeper, you can. If you'd like to move out of it a bit, you can. Take about 3 more deep breaths here. Your next inhale, start to come up onto your hands, crawl your hands back up towards your sit bones. Send your pillow, your props, whatever you got off to the side. We're coming into a fire log pose or a double pigeon next. So I'll start with my left leg on the bottom. My right foot is gonna come on top of my left knee. So my shins are parallel with one another. They're parallel with the edge of my mat. They're stacked directly on top of one another. You should feel this on the outside edge of your right hip. If you do not, then more than likely you need to crawl your left foot forward a few inches. If you have a lot of space between your foot and your knee like I do, grab a book, grab a block, whatever you got, stick it in between there so that that just kind of alleviates some pressure on your knee and all that fun stuff. So you should have a nice little triangle in the center of your legs here. Same exact thing, we're going the same way. We're grabbing pillow, bolster, whatever you might need. We're coming into a forward fold. From here, breathe in, arms come high, lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, melt forward. You don't have to come all the way down here. If you feel a lot of tension in your hip here, you can stay upright. This is just fine. You can come down just a little bit, maybe resting forearms on your prop. Or if it feels okay, maybe coming all the way down into that fold. If you find your mind wandering again, draw yourself back into your body, into those sensations that you're feeling. Each time you bring your attention back to your mat, to what's going on here in your space, you're putting in the work for that meditation. You'll start to find that those moments of blank space in your mind come a little bit longer each time. And you're about halfway there here, so if you'd like to come down a little farther, maybe remove some props, maybe add some props, come out of it a little bit, you have that option. Again, about 3 more deep breaths here. So on your next inhale, start to come up onto your hands as you crawl your fingers back towards your sit bones. Remove any props that you have, send your legs out long, give them a good shake. And we'll find the same thing on the opposite side. So your right leg is your foundation. You'll bring left foot on top of right knee. Again, ensure that your shins are parallel with one another and parallel with the front of your mat. So if you're not feeling this in your left outer hip, maybe crawl your right foot forward an inch or two. Same exact options if you need those props in between your foot and your knee to kind of fill up that space, and you can do that. And then taking your bolster, your pillow, whatever you need for your fold out in front of you. On an inhale, grow tall through your spine, through your arms. Then exhale, melt forward. And again, same option here. You don't have to come forward. If you have enough of a stretch upright, then you can stay right there. You're looking for that edge. So finding that space where you have mild discomfort but no pain. Pushing yourself to the edge. Not past it though. You'll probably find that one side is much tighter than the other. That's okay. We're going for equal sensation rather than finding equal movement. Again, you're about halfway there. If you'd like to come deeper, you can start to remove props. You'll always have the option to move out of the posture a little bit. From here, find about 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, start to slowly rise up, coming onto your hands, crawling them back towards your sit bones. Set your props off to the side, send your legs out long, give them a little shake. We're going to do one more hip thing and then we'll move away from your hips. So bringing your bolster or your pillow behind you, lining it up with your low spine. If you're using a pillow, I recommend maybe grabbing 2 pillows. Bolsters tend to be like thicker, so maybe grabbing 2 to stack on top of them. So we're coming into like half hero's pose. So left leg's gonna stay out long. You're gonna bend your right knee, so your right foot comes behind you, and your bolster is behind you as well. If you have any kind of knee pain here, any knee injuries, you might wanna just skip this part. So from here, you're gonna start to crawl your hands back. If this is enough for a stretch for you here, you're feeling this intensely in your quad, the front side of your hip flexor, stay right here. If you're not really feeling much, start to move down, maybe laying all the way down onto your bolster or your pillow. I recommend starting off slow. We're gonna be here for a minute, but if you're still not feeling really much of anything here, you know, you're pretty flexible, you also have the option to remove your bolster or your pillow and come all the way down onto the mat. Wherever you are is just fine. Again, move slow as you create that space in your body. You can come a little bit deeper. Using your breath, sending each exhale to the areas of discomfort. Just noticing where your mind goes in these postures. Are you able to stay focused? Are you able to keep that focus in your body and on your mat? Where's your mind wandering? And if it is, that's okay. It's normal. It's kind of what we are conditioned to do. Let's try to see if you can just quiet down that chatter in the skull. Again, you're about halfway on this side. Always have the option to come out. Always have the option to go farther. You've got about 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, start to creep and crawl your way back up to a seat, coming onto your forearms first, and then pressing up from your hands. Send your right leg out long, shake it out a little bit. And we're coming into the same exact thing on the other side. So right leg is out long. You're bending your left knee, bringing your foot by your left sit bones. And maybe bringing that prop behind you. You'll start to lean back. And maybe you find that this side is way different. Maybe on this side, being right here on your hands is plenty far enough. And that's okay. Again, if you'd like to move farther, you can start to slide your way down onto your bolster. And if that's not enough for you, you have the option to remove your pillow or your bolster, lay down flat on your mat. Arms rest at your sides. Again, restorative is all about this conscious practice of the mind. Keeping your focus on the mat. Allowing this time to be just for you. Not indulging in any worries other than what's going on your mat. Again, you're about halfway there, a little more than halfway. So you can make your way a little deeper. Again, you always have the option to come out a little bit. Again, you've got about 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, flip your palms over to the mat. Tuck your chin into your chest, start to make your way back up into your seat. Send that left leg out long, shake it out a little bit. We're gonna find some restorative supine twist just before we get into our shavasana and our little sound bath here. I'm trying to think of what the best way is for you guys to see this. We're gonna go this way. So you're gonna bend both knees. Your right foot's coming on top of your left thigh. So you're kind of in what ballet people call a pretzel. From here, your bolster is longwise, or your pillow, whatever you need, in front of you, or behind you, sorry, at your hip, rather, your right hip. From here, you're gonna twist over your right shoulder, and then start to make your way down onto your crop. The goal is to have your left cheek on the mat. If that's not comfortable, right cheek is just fine. From here, take about 5 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, bring your palms to the mat. Start to press into them as you rise or twist up. Unwind towards the front of your mat. And then I like to just flip my legs to the other side. So this time, your left foot is on top of your right thigh. Bolster or pillow is behind your right or left hip. From there, you're looking over your left shoulder, starting to make your way down onto the pillow. Again, left cheek on the mat is just fine. Full expression will be to have your right cheek on the bolster. Again, taking about 5 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, pressing into both palms as you start to rise up and unwind. Set your prop off to the side. Both legs are going to come out long. And you're going to roll all the way down onto your back. Find any last minute postures or stretches that you might need, maybe a happy baby. Grabbing big toes with your peace fingers or outside edges of your feet. Ankles stacked over knees, entire length of your spine grounded into the mat. This is just an option. You can take anything else that your body is calling for, maybe a plow pose, maybe a bridge pose. Take about 2 more breaths wherever you are. On your next exhale, release everything down onto the mat. Send your legs out long. Tuck your shoulders under your spine. Allow your feet to fall away from each other and fingers to naturally curl towards your palms.
All right. I'm going to take over while we're in Shavasana. So wherever you are, take a nice, slow, deep inhale through your nose. Start to fill up. Take an open mouth exhale and sink into your mouth. Good. Start to tap into that kind of no brain space, that quieter space of mind and of body. And if you're holding any tension through your forehead, through your brows, start to relax through your brows. And furrow. And we'll do a body scan and we'll work through a little bit of visualization. So if you've taken a restorative class at Ascent before, you know that we usually use aromatherapy. So if you can kind of in your mind's eye, put you back in the yoga studio at Ascent. And try to harness the feeling or the smell that we utilize. We usually burn Palo Santo, and it's sweet, it's woodsy. See if you can bring that in. See if you can remember what that smells like. As we get into our body scan and meditation, if you're finding your mind starting to wander, call attention back into your senses. Notice what you smell. Notice if you can bring that smell back. Notice what you see with your eyes closed, what you feel, what you hear, especially when we're playing bowls. So if you're holding any tension in your jaw, or if your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let it fall from the roof of your mouth. Unhinge your jaw. Relax through your neck and your shoulders. Let this relaxed flow of energy fall down from your shoulders into your arms. Maybe even visualize it. I usually see it as like a light, like opaque-ish, but however it comes into your mind's eye, grow that visualization and send it down your shoulders, your biceps, around your elbows, your forearms, circling around your wrists and your fingers. Maybe you start to feel that kind of circling of energy in the palms of your hands, or maybe you start to feel a tingling sensation at your fingertips. Try to grow that sensation, bringing all of your focus there. Let your breath be normal, not slowing it down or speeding it up, just letting it be. And start to fill your chest, your belly with that relaxed sensation, that warm light. Send it down around your hips, your low back, making its way to your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, relaxing every muscle along the way. If there's any engagement happening in your legs, let it go. Send it down around your knees, through your shins, calves, ankles. Send it through the soles of your feet and into each of your toes until you're filled with this quiet space of mind and body, this peaceful, relaxed sensation, this warm light. I'm going to start to play a bit of the bowls. Really focus on the sound, the vibration, the resonance. Notice when there's a different bowl being played. Notice the differences between the tones, and try to just really get absorbed in these last couple of minutes of class. And we'll call you out when it's time to move. minutes from your living room, I really want to give you the opportunity to stay in your Savasana for a little bit longer. If you have another 10, 20, 30 breaths in you, stay exactly where you are. Close your eyes, take some deep breaths. See if you can tap back into that idea of those things that we normalize, that we take advantage of. What can you find gratitude for? We're going to leave you here, leave you in your meditation. Namaste.
Stay.